Imagine this, a group of teachers with a little bit of rhythm, lots of energy, and an unstoppable love for bringing books to life decide to wrap a Dr. Seuss book for the entire first grade. Oh, and here's the kicker. The idea strikes on a Wednesday, and by Friday, we're putting on a full-blown rap concert. Did we pull it off? Are we now legendary rappers in the eyes of our first graders? Stick around. You don't want to miss this.
This is Teachers on the Loose.
Hi everyone, welcome to Teachers on the Loose, the podcast where we turn teacher tales into belly laughs and life lessons. I'm Kelsey.
I'm Celeste.
I'm Kristen.
I'm Allison.
And I'm Simone.
Simone! Whoa. If we're going to do this, let's do this right, people.
Yeah, yo. This is MC Allie Al, and let's introduce our rappers. We've got DJ S Squiggle.
Hey, girl, hey.
We've got DJ K Dog. Whoop, whoop, whoop. We've got DJ Simone.
Make it rain.
And we've got DJ K Dizzle.
In the house. Woo.
All right, on that note, in today's episode, we'll introduce you to Simone,
Simone.
Happy to be here.
our very first guest. Whoop, whoop. She's been a huge part of all the shenanigans and so many fun adventures. We've created lots of memories with her and, of course, a lifelong friendship. So we asked her to join us today as we share the story of how a spur-of-the-moment idea turned into a lasting memory for our students and for us.
But before we dive into today's story, we want to say a huge thank you for listening to last week's episode, where we shared all about our famous celebrity guest, cardboard cutout Tom Hanks. He became such a legend at our school, from scaring people in the hallways to making appearances at the back-to-school professional development, and of course, bringing that extra magic to our Polar Express Day for the students. And we hope that you're finding lots of ways to bring a little fun and joy to your school too, because those moments make all the difference.
Yes, we had a listener from Northern Colorado comment, and she told us that Miles, you guys know Miles, the mascot. Yeah, for the Denver Broncos, visited their school. So the students and staff, of course, were beyond excited. And Miles visited their school to help with that 5210 plus challenge. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah.
The school did a huge assembly and got all the students pumped up for making healthy choices for the month of February. And we actually do that same challenge every school year too. I wish Miles would visit us though.
Yeah, how do we make that happen? Do I need to call somebody?
I don't know.
Okay.
But that would be really awesome. Please get on that for
All
us.
right, done.
All right. Well, it's a great way to promote healthy lifestyles for both students and staff.
I love that so much. So let's jump into today's episode. Simone, we're so excited for you to join us today. Yay! So I actually first met Simone as a parent, not even as a teacher, because she was both of my kids' kindergarten teacher, you guys.
Yes.
Hey, wait. Is she a crazy parent?
Oh, yeah. Tell us what kind of parent.
No, she did intimidate me. I was like, oh, girl, you're a teacher, and I'm a teacher. And I think it was like my second year teaching, so I was still pretty new. But no, she was great. She's like the Pinterest mom.
Yes.
Like she would send in birthday treats, and they look like robots. And like
cool.
beautiful Valentines for the kiddos. I mean, she's the Pinterest mom. So
And the
she was
Pinterest
great.
teacher.
And she was always so kind at conferences. So I was like, okay, phew. And now I know her on another note, so that's,
So she loves me even more is what I heard. So when I actually got hired at the same school, she was still in kindergarten. But then she did move up to first grade eventually, and we got to be co-workers together. And let me tell you, my favorite thing about Simone is this girl's ability to plan. Mm-hmm. She kept us on track. So we would come to team meetings and she'd be like, okay, here's my file folder with the 100th day of school. It's like 2 months away, but let's get the print shop ready. Who wants what? And I'm like, dang, girl, like, I'm not planned for tomorrow. You want me to think 2 months in advance? Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it.
She's so good at that. Like, I wouldn't even worry about bringing anything because I'm like, well,
I know, Simone
Simone
got
has
it. So what do you do this year, Kristen?
She emails
Nothing.
me.
I do.
And then texts me.
Say, can you
send me
send
this?"
that for me? I'm like, can you just actually put the print shop order for me?
Kristen.
Yes.
Have I sent you some interoffice mail?
Many times. And then one time I found it after she sent it, and she was not happy with me.
Because I love you so much, I stopped what I was doing on my busy morning, sifted through my files. I'm like, she needs this. She needed this. She didn't ask for this, but she might want it.
Yes.
And then you texted me like 5 minutes later. I'm like,
Nice words. Nice
Yeah.
words. That's what she said.
So if you haven't figured it out yet, Simone is actually the one who loves scary movies and all things Friday the 13th. We may have mentioned her in a previous episode that she tried to scare Kristen and was unsuccessful.
One time.
So Simone was the one with the perfume?
Yes.
Okay.
She was hiding in the corner, and then when I said, I smelt you, and she was so mad.
but can you say, like, did I smell good, though?
It was a good smell.
Thank you.
Yes.
So Simone has been a part of so many of our shenanigans over the years. She was a key part in moving Kelsey's office. She loves scaring people just like everybody else. So we're just so glad she's here.
Yay.
I think my favorite memory is at the end of last year when I left the school and Simone moved back into my classroom, and it was a full circle moment because that's the classroom that she actually taught my daughter kindergarten in. So just lots of memory. Simone, what's your favorite first grade memory that you have with us?
So it was one day after school last year, and we were hatching chicks, doing all these fun
Yes.
things.
So much fun.
With those. And Kristen came to me. She goes, one of our teammates needs help with the incubator. And
Yeah.
why is she asking me?
I don't know.
Oh, wait. Was this
anything.
the time that I was like, I want to get Kristen? And so.
Yes, because I said, ask Allison. I texted her back, ask Allison.
And I was like, I'm in a meeting.
Yes. Liar.
So you were suspicious.
I was very suspicious. So I dragged you into this.
Yeah. So we run from one side of the building to the other, outside in like this drizzling cold weather.
Yes.
My face is all red. We're like crouching down
Yes, stealth
below
mode.
these windows, trying not to be seen.
Yes.
And who let us in?
Well, she wasn't in her classroom.
Yep.
So I knew for sure this wasn't it, because wouldn't you be by the incubator waiting for help? Mm-hmm. And then I know. It was our other teammate. She let us in.
What are you doing? Well, so-and-so asked for help with their...
Incubator, do you know anything about this?
No.
Nope.
So we're going up and down the halls, all weird, just suspicious. And at one point, we're like hiding up against...
Like, you
wall,
can't
yeah.
see us. We're up against the wall. No one can see us.
And
People are looking at us weird, but then they also know that this is what we do.
there's first grade
Just
again.
first grade. Don't mind anything you see here, folks.
And one of the funniest thing was one of the girls for intervention comes down. She goes, "What you doing?" And I was like, "We're being hunted."
Meanwhile, I think we were in the room across from Kristen's room.
Yes.
Waiting for her to come back after checking on the incubator.
And this is in the mod. So
Yes.
we're like in two separate buildings.
Waiting on
essentially.
each other.
So you guys were waiting for me inside?
I was looking for you because I didn't
Everywhere.
believe you were in a meeting. I was looking for that other first grade teacher because I didn't believe her. So Simone and I were waiting on you guys. You were waiting on us. What, 30 minutes later, 45 minutes later?
Oh my God, you
Yes.
guys really stuck it out. Just
Yeah.
waiting.
Yes.
I mean, we wanted to pull this off. The prank
We
that
were
I was
committed.
trying to pull off was that when you would come back in your classroom, I would push my phone and it would do the, wow, I feel good. And
So,
it would
yes.
scream at you and then you would scream and that would be the prank. But then you came back in.
And then I was, getting ready to go home because it was kind of late now. And then all of a sudden, that song comes on and I did scream.
Whoa!
just like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, I knew it. So yeah, thanks.
So that's your favorite memory?
Wasting time.
I mean, yeah. And then, like, let's just keep the games rolling. So I knock on Kelsey's window.
What were you doing, Kelsey?
I was working.
As usual.
Like you were
Kelsey's our
actually
worker.
working.
Kelsey always plays off like she's so innocent, but she was not always working.
Okay, I believe you were in on the prank up until about 5 minutes before all of this, like, kind of came to a head. And you were like, I can't stay. I've got to go to an actual meeting.
Yes. I actually did have a meeting. It was like a Zoom meeting. And so I'm like sitting there on my meeting and the video call, and
Here I come, pounding on the glass. And she turns around and like points to her computer. And I was like, ooh. Sorry.
that was the best. I feel like I got Simone in that instance, and I didn't even mean to, because her face was just the best.
I felt so bad. I texted her. I'm like, I am so sorry. So sorry. And you said it was fine because that person thought it was funny.
Yes, exactly.
And my face was priceless. So
It worked out.
Oh gosh, Simone, what a great story, and thanks for bringing back those memories. Kristen, how do you know Simone?
Well, I have known her, I don't know, what, 10 plus years?
12.
You were,
Oh, she's got the
You were on the hiring committee.
yes, we hired you, and I was so excited to work with you in kindergarten. And so my favorite thing that you always tell me is you're always like, you got to fix your face.
And I say it with love.
Yes, and I don't realize I show a lot on my face, and I don't realize it. So thank you for keeping me in check.
You're welcome.
Simone, you've been a huge part of my work family, and now I consider you one of my closest friends.
Aww.
Don't want to cry. You are the keeper of my secrets, and I'm
I
sorry
need to
that
talk to you, Simone. I want to hear some of these secrets.
And I am truly sorry you did not scare me on that one Friday the 13th, but you did get me the next year. But hey, how long were you waiting in my classroom?
I mean, so long. I'm pretty sure I had my computer open trying to get some work done. I was like, I would close the lid and be like, she might be coming. Nope. Okay, keep going. She might be coming. I was just a back and forth.
Well, even this morning, she said to me, oh, dang it, I forgot to bring my mask. I could have gotten there right after school, and I could have been standing there scaring them in the podcast room,
Wait.
waiting for them.
Is that why you texted me?
Oh, dang.
You texted me this morning wanting to know when I was going to get to her house.
That wasn't me.
Okay. Nice
Well,
try, Simone.
Simone and I have known each other for like 11 years because I got there a year after she had been hired. And we were on the same kindergarten team for a year, and then we were on first grade for a while, and then we moved into the modular at the same time.
That's right.
Do you remember doing that, Simone? Like we had no stairs, like loading all of our stuff up on a ladder to get into the modular.
It was an adventure, to say the least.
I have a picture of you with a whole box full of stuff climbing up a 2-step ladder to try to get into the modular.
Simone is strong.
Oh yeah,
It's
she
those
was.
weights.
So that's a memory of mine of us moving into the modular together, not having hooks in the wall, still trying to figure out all of the ins and outs of being out in a different building from the rest of the school. I just remember like us kind of bonding over that, and then we would have morning talks and we would talk about our day, and you were kind of like my morning therapy, and you still are. Like,
Wait, did she charge you for that? Like,
no, never once. I mean, she only charges in adult grape juice, so it's okay.
it's a good-
Fermented
it's a good
grape
payment.
juice.
Yeah. So one of the things that I love that Simone always says is she'll say something about a child, but then she'll say, and I say that with love. And it'll be something like, you know, this child wasn't doing what they were supposed to, and they didn't follow directions. And I got really frustrated, but I say that with love. And it just puts it back into perspective of like, I can be frustrated with this child and still love them. And so I love that you said that to me.
Didn't she say that to us?
She does all the time. So does that mean
She's
that she
frustrated with
is
us?
frustrated and doesn't
It's
love
not
us?
always frustration. It's always just like a reality check. It's just a, hey, we can't do that. And I say that with love. But I love that because now I use that, and I have adopted one of Simonisms.
I love that now we have 2 Simonisms.
Yeah.
You're with us always.
So, and then my favorite memory with Simone was when we went supply shopping. Do you guys remember when we used to have to go supply shopping for all of the supplies? I have a picture of Simone and I in Walmart every year that we went supply shopping, and she would be standing there with like this dead look in her eye and like a smile like, yeah, this is really fun. Yeah. And
4 shopping carts full of supplies, and everyone's looking at us like, what is
Parents
happening
are-
over there? Shutting
parents
down
are mad.
aisles. Yeah. I need all that glue. I'm so sorry. Your kid needs it? No, we need it more. So I'm going to
like,
take
come
all that
back
glue.
next week. We're taking this pallet of glue.
Don't they
And then,
open?
and then Simone might not be as tall as some of the rest of us. And so
yeah.
she'd be like, hey guys, can you climb up there and grab those red folders for me?
Absolutely. Gosh, but it truly was like a bonding time that I really enjoyed. So
Yeah.
Hey, what are you doing in August? You want to go shopping?
School supply.
I would love to.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Those are great memories. I love hanging out with you. You're hilarious. Walking by your room, I'd stop and do like a weird dance, and then it would be laughing for 5 minutes uncontrollably. Like,
Absolutely.
There's a day, and I'm like, girl.
yeah.
You know,
I still, when there's going to be a snow day, I'm like, let's get Simone going because she's got herself an awesome snow dance and it works every time. I'm not kidding you.
Could you do it sometime soon?
Yeah, we need to get that on video.
I mean, there's no snow in the forecast, but I will be happy to try.
Okay.
The one thing that sticks out though, because I like to film my scares,
Oh,
I was standing in the middle of your room with a purge mask.
Oh, is that the one that lit up?
It sure did, and it clicks. Right, so I was like changing the colors. I'm like she had no idea I was there. She's
Not
walking
a
through
clue.
her room, and like I kept clicking it. Like finally looks over in the corner and
Oh, yeah, I totally screamed. I was like,
I couldn't. Yeah, it was great.
yeah. And you got that one on video, right?
Yes, I did.
Can we see that later?
Yep.
Oh, goodness.
I don't know about this purge mask. Thank you for not doing that to me.
Well, Simone, we haven't worked on the same team, but we've worked at the same school for a long time, and I've been in your classroom many times, and I have always loved how energetic and fun you are with your students, and I'm always shocked by that because of how early you get there every day. I mean, what time do you wake up at? Like 4 a.m.?
Sometimes 3:30.
Oh my God.
That's my girl. Hey, girl.
No way. I would be so exhausted, and you are always so energetic and fun with your students, so I just love that.
And I will say, sometimes I got nervous when you walked in. I was like,
Aw.
"Hey, girl, we ain't doing anything exciting right now."
It was always amazing. Anytime I walked in, I'm just there to join in the fun and get to experience all the fun that you do every day. So I love that. You've participated in so many shenanigans and so many scares. I mean, most of the time I feel like I'm the victim of all of these, but it's okay. I do love it, and we all have fun together and spreading that fun to others too. So it's been fun.
A lot of fun.
So, as the librarian, every year we always did something for Read Across America Week. And I would send out different ideas, lesson ideas, read alouds, guest readers, little things that you could do to add some fun and infuse a love for reading with your class. And I'm pretty sure that rapping a Dr. Seuss song was not on that list, but it was pretty epic.
It sure was.
So, who came up with that idea to rap There's a Wallet in My Pocket?
Why are all the fingers pointing towards me right now? What is happening? So, okay, fine. It was my idea. I don't remember what year. I'm thinking maybe 2019 because I started in 2017 and I don't think I was bold enough to put this out there year one of me being there. So I'm thinking 2019, and I will admit I'm a social scroller. And so I'll see an idea on the internet, on Instagram or whatever. And I'm like, we can do that better. Are you kidding me?
For sure.
So I saw a video of a guy who was rapping a Dr. Seuss song, and I was like, game on, let's go. We can do this so much better. And so unfortunately, I feel like it was on the Wednesday of Read Across America Week. And I remember sending a video of this guy rapping, and I'm like, guys, check this out. Should we?
And we were like, yes, we should.
Actually, it was like radio
I was gonna
silence.
say I don't remember saying yes right away.
There was
My stomach dropped to my butt. You want me to do what?
It was quiet for a while, and then there was some yeah, that's funny. And I was like, okay, but no, I'm serious, guys. Like, let's do this. And I don't know how. I think begrudgingly you were all like, okay, Celeste, and you agreed to do it.
But what an awesome team to be like, okay, you have this idea. We're not really full in, but we're going to do it because you're excited about it. Like,
Yeah.
that's just awesome.
I remember I was excited about it because, jump right in, both feet, right? I just didn't know the logistics of it all. Like, how are we doing this? And
Where?
Well, that's where things got dicey. So my kids were still young at the time, and so after school that day, my daughter got on her Chromebook and she started typing out the lyrics which was just the words to walk it in my pocket. And then an email was sent out when I had like divvied up the parts. And then I remember a coworker overheard all of our planning, and she's like, hey, I think my kids like have a karaoke machine
because we
at
need
the
a
house.
microphone.
Like,
yeah.
do you need a microphone? And yes, we need a microphone. Absolutely. So she's like, okay, I'll bring that in. And then it's Friday morning, and that was our first practice.
That was dress rehearsal.
The dress rehearsal
Our
was
one and
Friday
only
morning.
practice?
And then somehow word got out, right, that we were going to do this. And like we were going to keep it small, just invite the kids into the library, have them sit. We'd get up there and rap, and it was going to be great.
Yeah.
And then it got real big.
Yeah, who all ended up coming? Like, I remember looking, and there was like a whole wall of teachers that were there, like the intervention team and
Our
the
principals.
and
I think anybody that didn't have students just gravitated towards the library during that time to see all this.
we got to see what is going on for real.
So then all of our stomachs dropped to our where?
Our butts.
I remember being in the library and I was in charge of filming, and I put the lyrics on the screen and was scrolling it for you guys, but I just distinctly remember this karaoke machine because it was like kid size.
It's
So
a
the
baby
cord the cord was really short. So you're like passing it between each of you because of the short cord, and you're like ducking down and rapping this song. This is hilarious.
So it started with one of our coworkers reading the book, There's a Walk It in My Pocket, and then we interrupt her, and we get the kids all hyped, and we get them to chant, There's a walk it in my pocket. There's a walk it in my pocket.
There's a walk it in my pocket.
And so we're up there, we're rapping, we're doing our parts, and then, I don't know, somehow when we ended, there was an eruption of applause, and you would have thought we were at the Grammys. Simone, what in the world?
I mean, I was being asked for my autograph.
I know one of my students was like, "That was really cool, but could I go next door and get Simone's autograph?" And I was like,
They know me on a first name basis.
"Yeah." Well, they didn't. They called you by your last name, but I was just like, "Yeah, go ahead."
Were you like-
do you want mine
I
too?"
know. I was there too.
They knew they could get mine anytime.
So what I love about that, though, is it evolved over the years, and we have done it every year since. And there was one year that we were not allowed to be close to each other, and so we had to go and use the green screen and record ourselves rapping this for students, and then we watched it together.
And we also did a different song.
Yes, we did.
Oh, what
we
was
did.
it that year? It wasn't walking.
Was
It was
Hop
Hop
on
on
Pop?
Pop.
Hop
Yeah.
on Pop. That's right.
And one of the old teammates, I mean, dang. She went, I was like,
She
oh
was
man,
good.
she's so gangster. I'm like, I'm
I
next.
know.
Okay.
And then there was a point where we upgraded and we're like, we need to get up on the stage. And so we
Oh,
would
yeah.
go into the gym that had a stage, and then Kelsey joined us.
Oh yeah.
We were on Facebook Live,
Oh man, I do remember that.
We did not know that until after.
which is a good thing.
It's okay. It's okay.
It was so much fun. I just remember the screams and cheers of the students and how excited they were. And they were all shouting, "There's a walk-in in my pocket, there's a walk," and it was just so fun.
And I think for us, part of the fun was that we would get into our gangster rapper role and we would dress the part. So we would put our hoodies and our sunglasses. I mean, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I am wearing a gold chain tonight. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, but Simone, I'm super curious. So what's the plan this year?
As far as I know, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Wait.
No, wait. Do you need me?
I mean, if you want to come, girl, come on down.
Yeah. Let's do
What,
this.
So we're gonna get-
what
day?
time? What day?
time? Let us know.
Ooh, what if we did like? I know that
tour?
it would take
all the
after.
all the schools.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah, like what if we did like a whole district wide thing?
Rappers on the loose?
Yes,
Yes.
rappers on the loose. And,
why is your
slice
eye
it all
twitching,
together.
Simone? What's happening?
It totally is.
You don't want to do that?
You want everybody to watch us?
Yes, the more the merrier.
I mean, we did show the superintendent one year.
What would happen if we
right.
did this at one of the high schools?
No,
We would get booed off
Elementary
stage.
only.
They would be like,
Hilarious would
what
that
are these
That
losers
is not
doing?
hilarious.
They
Get
would
them
say
off.
we're cringe.
My daughter is at the high school. She will never talk to me again.
I think bringing books to life and celebrating a love for reading is so important, especially at the primary level. So I'm curious, what are some other ideas that you have done to get your kids excited about reading?
So this year, the second grade team was sitting around. We were trying to figure out what we wanted to be for Halloween. And we decided, hey, let's find a book that we can turn to life. We can dress up in costume for Halloween, and we could put on a reader's theater.
So fun. I love that idea.
It was so fun. So you know how we had gotten those big ViewSonic boards and everything, and they came in those huge cardboard boxes? So we decided to take those, turn them into the houses for the Three Little Pigs.
What a great idea.
And then we all got our costumes for Halloween, and we were the Three Little Pigs. And then since there's 3 girls and 1 boy on our team, we also had a big bad wolf.
What pig were you, Allison?
I was the one with the straw house, and my house got destroyed first off, and it was fun though because we got to run around and be chased by the big bad wolf, and the kids were laughing so hard at the big bad wolf chasing the 3 little pigs, and it was just a fun time for us to bring a book to life and to have fun with the kids and tie it into Halloween. So that's one way that we did it. Kristen, what's something that you guys have done to bring books to life?
Well, you know, for Read Across America, we read all sorts of books. And one of the books that I love to read is Wacky Wednesday by Dr. Seuss.
Oh my gosh, I love that one.
Yes. So, of course, I try to recreate some wacky stuff in our classroom. The book starts off with a shoe on the wall. So I go ahead and I put a shoe on the wall, and the students walk in right away and they're like, why is there a shoe on the wall?
Like an actual shoe or like a picture of a shoe?
No, my real shoe. Not the one I'm wearing.
How do you attach it to the wall?
Well, it's actually to the dry erase board. So I have like tons of magnets holding it up. But I mean, it works. It works.
That is a
And
good
so,
idea.
yes. And so, of course, I turn other things upside down, like some books or like letters. Like I have the word read up on my bookshelf. I turn the letters upside down. I even mix them up. And then, of course, like hot lunch, cold lunch, you know, by this time it's March. So students know the hot lunch is on the left side, the cold lunch is on the other side. Well, then, crazy me, I know. I switch it around. And they are going crazy. They're like, what is happening?
It's wacky in here.
Right? So it's just so much fun finding all the different things that I switched around in the classroom. I might even switch a desk around, and
So it's like you prank yourself all day long.
and then I have to put it all back.
Because you're a Sour Patch Kid.
Yeah, I am. Celeste, how about you?
Well, this year we did something super fun called Masked Reader, and I absolutely loved it. So we picked 3 staff members to read a book, but they were completely disguised and fully masked up. Like you couldn't see their faces at all. And each morning we would play a video of them reading a book on the morning announcements, and then classes would vote on who they thought the masked reader was. It was awesome. And what I love most is I have 3rd grade lunch duty. So every day after the videos would play, they would either be like, it was you. I know it was you reading the book this morning. Or they'd be like, hey, tell us who it was. Who was it this morning? You can tell us. We won't tell anybody. And I'm like, I don't know. And then what would happen is on Friday, which happened to be Halloween this year, we revealed our masked readers at the end of the costume parade, and they would walk by and they're like, I knew it was you. So it was just really fun because it got kids excited about reading, and they just loved it so much. Kelsey, what about you? What are you thinking about?
The first thing that popped into my head, I have this picture of a student leaving the library with a stack of books in her hands. And when I started as a librarian, I set a really loose checkout maximum. So we encourage students to read and check out what they would like. So if they wanted to check out multiple books and they were responsible about bringing them back, wonderful, right? Who am I to tell a kid they can't check out books or can't read a certain amount? So if they were excited and they were responsible and wanted to check out more books over the weekend or a long holiday, why would I stop them from doing that, right? That
That's
just
awesome.
gets them excited about it. So we definitely had to have many conversations about being responsible and why we have to return books. And we offered different class incentives to make sure all the books got returned. But it's just always been kind of a mission of mine to get kids excited about reading. And this year in our library aide is absolutely amazing. And she has encouraged so many students to read and get excited about books. And you guys, we have over 10,000 books checked out this year.
Stop it. That's incredible.
That's amazing.
Oh my gosh.
So amazing. Simone, what about you?
So for our reading curriculum, one of our modules is fables and folktales, and we'll do like a reader's theater with it. And so they'll have like Little Red Riding Hood or Chicken Little. And so the kids will get into groups and they each pick which character they want to be. And they do their best to memorize the lines. And we perform for other classes. And just like watching them get into character is so exciting.
So fun. I remember that. And then we would like go to each class and perform. The kids would be like, you can do it.
It was so fun.
Love it. So many good ideas about getting kids excited and getting them to have a love for reading. And I know that so much of that is our passion and enthusiasm. And the more energy and love that we put into reading, I know that the kids get more excited about that. So good job, us. Go team. But hey, I had an idea.
All right.
What
Let's
is
hear it.
it?
Okay, I thought we could play a little game tonight. Do you want to play?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we all love reading books. And so I thought, let's think of a line or a quote from one of our favorite books that you think we all would know. We'll read our quote, and then everyone else has to try to guess the title of the book. What do you think?
All right.
All right,
let's
game
do
on.
it.
Okay, so maybe we just like say your name to buzz in because we don't have buzzers.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go first. Ready? Here's my quote. When I woke up, it was dark outside, and a wad of gum had softened my fall.
Oh, shoot. I don't know.
When I woke up, it was dark outside. Oh, is this like Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs?
No.
I really don't know.
I don't know this one,
Because I'm a
Celeste.
bad seed.
Man, I read that every year.
I know. I love that book.
Okay, my turn. What are you doing? Waiting for a friend. Then he smiled a froggy smile and said, but you'll do. That was spring again.
Okay, is it City Dog and Country Frog?
Yes.
Yes.
Good job.
Okay, I'll go next. When I grow up, I too will go to faraway places. And when I grow old, I too will live beside the sea. You must do something to make the world more beautiful.
That's a really good quote. I have no idea.
My favorite book.
That's a hard one.
Can you give us a hint?
It's about a lady who
You don't know. You just made it up.
it's about a lady who travels and she works in a library and her
Miss Moore thought otherwise.
nope. She lives in a house by the sea and she spreads lupins everywhere.
Oh, I don't know.
What are lupins?
That's a flower.
I have no idea, Kelsey. What
It's a
book
flower.
is this?
It's Miss Rumphius by Barbara Cooney.
Oh, yes.
Do you know that book? I absolutely love this story.
Does it have a purple cover?
Yes.
Okay, I
Yeah.
do know this one, yeah.
Yes. That is my favorite. My grandmother gave me that book and she signed the inside and I still have it.
That's so
I mean,
sweet.
that's awesome, though, to have such a good memory with that. My favorite book has a quote in it, and it goes like this. At first, people refuse to believe that a strange new thing can be done. Then they begin to hope that it can be done, and then they see it can be done. Then it is done, and all the world wonders why it was not done centuries ago. I'm going to give you a big
Yes,
clue
we
with
need a
this one.
hint.
I know. I'm going to give you a big clue with this. It has to do with a garden.
The Secret Garden?
Yes!
You didn't say your
got it.
name.
Kristen.
You didn't say your name. I was about to say my name.
Oh, you didn't follow the rules?
Simone, Secret Garden.
Wonderful.
One point
Love
for
that
Simone.
story. It's my favorite childhood story. I've never read it to my students, but it's something that I love, and I've seen the musical 100 times, so I just love that whole story.
Nice.
Simone, what's yours?
So my quote goes like this. But then I realized, what do they really know? This is my idea, I thought. No one knows it like I do. And it's okay if it's different and weird and maybe a little crazy.
Allison, what to do with an idea?
Yes.
What?
Yay, good job.
You know what? It's funny is because I almost picked that same quote from that same book. That's why I knew it.
Oh, great minds think alike.
Yes, great minds think alike.
I love that.
All right. Well, this was so much fun. Thank you, Simone.
Yay, thanks for having me.
You were our second special guest. Tom Hanks, Mr. Conductor, was our first.
I thought you were going to say I was the second choice, but okay.
No.
No, always our first choice.
Yeah. And our first human guest.
Yes.
Yay.
Yay. Okay, so I know Kelsey, Celeste, and I miss seeing you every day. You and Allison are still together, so you guys are so lucky you're at the same school. We were all such a good fit for one another. We grew over the years into an amazing first grade team. I know that I definitely look at those years as some of the best years in my teaching career, my teaching life. I'm glad that we still keep in touch. I know if I'm not texting you, emailing you, or chatting with you every day, we send Instagram reels to one another. So it's,
Yes.
yeah, so we're always up for a good laugh, maybe a cry. I don't know.
Stop it.
I know.
Yes, I miss you too. And hey, just a heads up, you never know. I might just pop in because I still owe you a good scare.
Try it,
Plan
baby.
this, Celeste.
Okay, you
I'll,
and I,
I'll get
let's
in
go.
on that. I feel like I need to get Simone back.
Don't forget I get there at 5 a.m.
We can be there at 5.
We can be there at 4.
Never mind, I'm out.
All right, Simone, I will see you on Monday.
Bright and early.
All right, listeners on the loose. So it's your turn. This week, we are challenging you to share a way that you get kids excited about reading. What do you do? Are you keeping it cool, or is your team a little extra like us? Let us know.
Yes, and when you share your stories, don't forget to tag us on social media, on Instagram at Teachers on the Loose, or on X at TeachersOTL, and send us your story. Who knows? We might just feature you in an upcoming episode.
Thanks for tuning in and listening to How We Became Rap Stars.
Thanks for having me. This was so much fun. I know I will be back on a future episode since we're always up for a good time.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
You know, and some might even say we're up to no good.
So join us next week when we played rock, paper, scissors.
Game on.
This is Teachers on the Loose.
Because we're famous now, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The band broke up. I know it's sad. We'll do a reunion tour. It's going to be
Oh,
awesome.
definitely.